wanted to give the players one last opportunity if they thought of anything they wanted to ask. One, Jennifer Chapman, before she made her rendezvous at one of the local banks, whose name she didn't mention, to acquire the contents of a locked box that requires two keys to open.
Her and the other people doing the ritualist. She's laying low for as much as she can. But man, it's gonna be. I'm still quite scared of flaming death. But I don't know. I mean, she seems fine for now, and she seems really much like she's accepted what's gonna happen at the end of the day. But yeah, I think it'll be fine so far. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm just gonna look at the others and be like, friends?
I think we know everything we need to know. I do still want to try to, destroy it myself. But the ritual does sound important.
Yeah. I don't want to mess with any kind of spiritual or ritualistic bad stuff. I think I will leave it to it. I trust Chef's judgment in the cool magic arena. So
Marilyn comes over with a pot of coffee. Jennifer puts her hand over her cup and said, "Oh, no more for me, thanks. I've got to be going. I have some important business to attend to. Thank you." She throws a 5 spot down on the table, gets up and says, "We'll see you all again soon, I hope."
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
She leaves.
Well then. That seems like we're gonna be busy later, huh?
Very busy. All day busy.
Well, I think I should probably go and get busy now behind the counter.
Oh, you here to help too? Yeah, just make sure you mark down every 15-minute increment that you work down in the ledger. Make sure that I reimburse you for your time and effort.
I will do that. I wasn't sure if it was a work day or not. But I will do the thing.
She circles
I
around.
want to make sure her stuff with Lenny goes well.
I don't think I told you Lenny was coming.
We were all at the table when everyone was bashing me about Lucky Charms and how horrendous it is. Okay. Yeah. And don't worry, I'll bring you some croissants and coffee.
There was some email exchange, right?
Yeah.
Marilyn comes over and in a sort of a confidential voice says, "Oh, and I had that date that you and I were talking about, Sophia."
Oh, yeah?
It was wonderful. With your friends covering shifts here for me, I'm hoping things can get back to normal. I can actually lead a life. It was nice just to go and have dinner and dessert with a gentleman and not be worrying that the business was being left unattended. It's a good feeling.
We're very reliable.
Yeah, she gets up and she kind of in a sassy South Carolina way. She sort of hints that she's still got it as she sashays across to probably go into the stacks and replace some of the books that have found their way onto the various coffee tables and counters and dining tables. Lenny's he's approaching because even before he clears the door, you see his tall, broad stature as he walks by sort of those front windows.
Shep just grins.
Comes in, looks around, looks at you there, Shep, and he looks a little bit disappointed, but he tries to cover it as best he can.
Shep motions him over.
Lenny,
Hi,
hey!
Lenny. I got to get going, but Lenny, you need to be careful. She wears steel-toed combat boots, and she doesn't know how to control herself when she plays footsie. It hurts. I walk over and go in.
Am I wearing boots right now? No.
Lenny does look under the table.
No boots.
Just Converse.
If he looks back over at Shep just winks.
I looked. I triple checked. I'm not wearing boots today.
He sort of
I
smiles.
look over at Lenny, just wave. Hi!
He sort of gives you the one finger up wave and says, you, all of you, you share a lot of inside jokes and humor that I just don't get. Says it's almost like you talk like your own language, almost like brothers and sisters develop their own tongue, sort of, and communicate subliminally with each other.
We have been spending a lot of time with each other, taking classes, living in the same house.
Shep moves over here and stands just cat a corner so Sophia can see him, and he starts going.
It's like having that annoying younger brother, like sneaks into the back of the station wagon on one of your dates.
This is what having siblings feels like.
Mm-hmm. Well, then he's making small talk. Wants to know. He wants to sort of rekindle some of the conversations you were having at breakfast. He wants to know about your classes. What are your easy ones? Which ones may give you a bit of a challenge this semester? He sort of drops hints about maybe what your plans for summer may include. He talks a little bit about the goings-on at his house. He's got roommates as well. Just sharing small talk, kind of awkward. Talks a little bit about his classes that are coming up, how differential equations and such would be the classes that'll weed out the math majors that really shouldn't be there. He says something about, maybe they'll rethink their course load and maybe take something easier. I don't know, like art or something. And then he immediately shuts up and turns beet red as he realized what he just said.
Should we?
Hard, huh?
Artificial intelligence programming, something like that.
Yeah, that does sound pretty complicated. Artificial intelligence, all the science stuff.
Yeah, he starts rattling on some nerd speak about neural nets and forward and backward propagating inference engines and machine learning and the human-machine interface. And your eyes start to glaze over a bit. And he changes the subject. He says, "Yeah, you'd mentioned about any museums aside from the museums in the big three, San Antonio, Austin, and the greater Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm not sure if there's any art museums out this way. Do you know of any?"
I was trying to look it up. I couldn't seem to find any, but maybe I wasn't looking hard enough.
That would make a fun date. I mean, a fun get together. Maybe go out and have to write a report on some painting or sculpture or something like that. He gives Shep the side eye as Shep walks by.
Shep's just busting tables and wiping them down.
I feel like I need to take you on a walk through the art building.
Oh,
You know,
That's what they're calling it today.
like a little educational tour.
he side-eyed Shep.
You're right, Ava.
He side-eyed
This
Shep.
is fun.
He says he's never
What happened?
he's never
What I
very
missed?
far away, is he? What are your plans for the day?
I got a real busy night. Me and my friends have some like extra credit project to do.
He says, "No, you don't. Classes haven't even started yet."
It's extra credit before the class.
He appears confused.
It's like pre-credit. You want a high grade before the grade even starts.
He says, "Is this to help?" And he gestures at Shep. Is this to help your friend get back in the good graces of the faculty?
Yes, he's having a very, very, very hard time. And I'm doing my best as a good friend to be supportive.
He's lucky Shep's not over there right now because there's a couple of hexes that could happen to a German.
He says, "Well, yeah, classes start tomorrow, so it's probably important to get a good."
Yes, it's all for his benefit. We were just speaking to Glenn Mack. He's in touch with other teachers, some of Shep's in particular. So just trying to get a head start.
He's the Glenn McClanahan, the head of the what is it? The archaeology.
Archaeology, yeah. Have you been through there recently?
He's the archaeology chair. No,
Yeah.
I don't have much reason to go into that building. It's small and stuffy, and kind of ugly.
They recent remodeling, actually. It's really cool.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You work for Professor McClanahan in some manner, don't you? Help him with his filing and stuff.
Yeah. We did a bit of that when we were freshmen.
So that's good. That's good. Was it a paying position or?
Another extra credit thing.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Although I don't imagine that you needed any extra credit. I've seen some of your artwork. I saw that little wolf that you sculpted, the one with the spikes. Looked kind of
The
scary.
chupacabra.
Is that what it was? A chupa what?
Yeah. Chupacabra. Local legends. They kill people.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And this sort of conversation, this little tete-to-tete goes back and forth. Or is it tete-to-tete? I'm not sure. I don't speak French. He says, "Well, I wanted to apologize for how awkward things were at breakfast. I'm not used, with my roommates. It's food doesn't last very long over there, and you're surprised."
Do you need to be fed?
He's like, "You'd be surprised, that a box of cereal can vanish in the blink of an eye. I was very surprised to see Shep. No, it was Ava. Throw away half a box of cereal."
Is that cereal you're talking about? Do you need more Lucky Charms? I have plenty.
We have a very large stash of Lucky Charms hidden around the kitchen.
You take that
So-
dead cereal from my house.
You are welcomed at breakfast.
Well, thanks. Well, I hope next time it's not as awkward. I'm looking for another semester having you as my neighbor next door.
Me too. Hopefully, for less awkwardness in the future.
Yeah, you know. I mean, I think of you as my neighbor, but I can't help but think of you as a little more than that.
I
Mhm.
I mean, we
I
did.
wouldn't mind if you kept thinking about that.
It's like you and I have shared the most eventful movie date that I could possibly imagine.
Yeah, that was something. It's a whole lot of somethings in one night.
Yeah. He says, "Okay, well, I best be going. Got to pick up basketball game and got my run in today. Thought I'd do a run across campus and sort of spec out where my classrooms are and how long it takes to, kind of make my way between classes here and there and where all the good snack machines are, between, point A and point B and whatnot."
Chef,
He
what are you plotting?
finishes his coffee.
I'm delivering bagels and croissants, lady.
We're on the clock.
I didn't order no bagels.
I didn't give you any. This is a place of business, woman.
He says, "I might want a croissant to go. Is there another one back there, Shep?"
Sure. Bringing it right up.
As
You'll have
soon
to.
as soon as Shep clears that break and is back in there, he leans over to Lenny leans over to give you a kiss.
Oh,
I saw that.
I
He
didn't
wait
see
he waited
anything.
he waited until your back was set.
Oh, that don't matter. I have senses.
Now,
They have teased me too many times.
would you like to accept, or would you like to turn and make it a cheek plant, or would
I
you
will.
or would you like to grab him and force multiply that by a factor of 2 with your arms around his neck?
I will accept the kiss.
Mm. He he gets up and
Shep, look at that. Look at that.
he
I
probably
saw.
he probably peels off seven, a 5 and 2 ones, and puts them on the table. And he says, "For the coffee and the Danish and the croissant, you'll take from
Here's your
Shep.
croissant in a to-go bag. Thank you.
Thank you so much." Well, neighbors, I'll be seeing you around the neighborhood. Good luck on your first day of classes if I don't see you.
You
Sounds
too.
Unfortunately,
good.
Bye.
unfortunately, I pulled an 8 o'clock this semester, so I'll be up and out early. And yeah,
Hmm.
he gets up and he smiles shyly at you, Sophia. He nods
See you soon.
he nods curtly at Shep with just the ever slightest hint of a frown, and then he waves to Ava, kind of absent-mindedly, and skips out the
Hi,
door.
lady. Please come by to pick up our devil cereal.
I don't know what you did, but I don't think he likes you, Shep.
That's okay. Just wait till he meets Mir.
What you do? What happened? Why doesn't he
Mir
like
would say something like, "When you get closer and you sculpt or paint him naked, can I see?"
you?
Shep's just like, all I know, if he hits my girlfriend again, he's getting double barrel hands.
He wasn't in control of himself.
I forgot Lenny body slammed me.
I don't care.
Yeah, I think he like drop kicked me through a door.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He got almost, I think, all of us at some point in time.
Yeah, he got clubbed pretty good too across the.
Which is some
I
impressive
did.
strength.
I swiped him down with the fury of a tiny person.
All right. Is there anything that you would like to do before you head over to the Pinebox Cemetery?
Yes. I would like.
You know where this area is with the urns. You probably walked through it on your way to see the chupacabra up in the tree.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I have access. I think Ava might have access to it or might have it somewhere. But I would like to see if I have everything for Miss Mildred's tea ritual of protection. Since that one will do half of my spirit die. So
And
it would do 4 people.
Is the church close to the cemetery, if you remember?
There is a church that adjoins the cemetery, but it is not the church where Father Gene Michaels presides or gives his sermon. The timing is a bit unfortunate, for you realize that church will be in full swing as it is Sunday morning.
That's true.
So not a good time to buy more holy water.
No.
Probably not.
I mean, I'm sure he won't be opposed to us going to a service, but you know. Exactly.
He's always happy to shepherd any loose lambs that wander into his
Exactly.
congregation.
He will be happy to take us all in, I'm sure.
Shepherd,
But,
make me a spirit roll.
you know,
Okay.
he called you by your full first name. Ooh, you in trouble?
Full last name.
Anakin
Oh, that's
Tiberius.
right.
Anakin Tiberius Shepherd, please make a spirit roll.
Anakin Tiberius.
You're in trouble. Ooh.
Now I know what's up. Now I know. Or now I remember.
Has Shep ever been inside of a silo?
I'm trying to think. If there is any in this part of Texas, maybe. As you know, as a kid. It's not like we're in Iowa, so there's silos everywhere. It's Texas. So but yeah, I mean he worked, his family owns a feed store, so if there's any around, he probably would have had a part-time job as a teen.
Sitting there, you get a faraway look in your eyes, and then you realize that your consciousness has awoken inside what I could. If you've ever been inside a silo or if you ever toured a castle, overseas, and you're inside like a round, tall structure, a cylindrical structure. It appears to be made mostly of metal. You are standing on a metal grate. It's a metal walkway, sort of similar to the walkway that surrounds the water tower, where the large cat icon and the large raven head icon was. Sort of like that, like you're walking on sheet metal that's had holes punched through it for strength. But what immediately draws your attention as you look down, it seems to be a multi-floor structure, perhaps 4 or 5 floors, and around in a ring, you can see the level where you are, the level above you, and the level below you. Seem to have all of these glass tubes, and there seem to be chupacabra inside the tubes. They're floating in a transparent, perhaps slightly yellow-greenish liquid. They have tubes connected to them. They have sensors affixed to their bodies that lead out of the tubes into like a conduit, like in the wall behind. There are some bubbles. There is a little bit of movement. You do see a person in a medical, like scrubs and like a white coat, who seems to be monitoring some sort of like workstation, some sort of computer station. And looking up and down the level where you are, these chupacabra seem to be fully grown. They seem to be the size of the one that you faced. As you look a level down, they only appear to be half that size. And you look a level up, and I won't call them embryonic, but they are potato sized. They're about as big as your husky puppy. And they're just kind of like floating suspended in this liquid. If you think about the one Star Wars movie where Luke had his hand cut off, no, he was laying on a bed in that. When he was on the ice world, Hoth and and Han Solo rescues him and puts him inside that beast that he cut open, and they rescue him and they bring him back, and he's kind of floating in this tube, this healing vat. It's sort of like that. And then unless you have a question that you'd like to ask.
Okay, so I see the guy in the med lab.
Yeah, he looks
coat.
he looks like a nerd.
Does it
Bald head, fringe of hair,
okay?
goggles,
But
clipboard.
nobody that I kind of recognize.
No, you don't think you've seen this guy before.
Do I see
Early middle age.
any? Do I see any symbols like the like the rabbit symbol that we saw when we had to face the last chupacabra?
That's such a good question. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that he has a security badge with his picture ID and his name, and perhaps a color-coded ranking, and embossed onto the side of that would be that stylized rabbit that is sort of partially occluding a stylized heart. So you see the full side of a bunny, and behind it, most of a heart, like the point at the bottom and the two loops at the top, and maybe part of the side of it. And you see this computer seems to have variegated like readouts, some numbers and some barcoded imagery, almost like measurements that are slightly fluctuating up and down. And there's some dials. Looks like there's some emergency buttons that you could press. And up on the wall, like on the old bridge, on the old Enterprise, like red alert, you do see some lights that are white, but they look like they could turn color.
Okay.
They
And
just
security
have
guard,
that. Security guards?
or not security, the med lab's name?
Probably can't make that out.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
You'd recognize him if you saw him. If you ever seen
Okay.
like the Manny Moe and Jack commercial for auto parts, he looks like the bald one with the fringe of hair and the very thick glasses with the thick lenses. Shorter than average, maybe a bit stockier than average. Seems to be twisting a dial ever so slightly and comparing notes on a clipboard to a readout.
Okay.
And then he sort of takes a walk around the side and just starts looking, kind of gazing into one or two of the giant vats, these giant vertical cylindrical glass tubes. He probably walks right through you or quite close to you. As he's walking, he sort of has this clipboard over his security badge, just kind of as a habit as to how he walks. Curiously, he taps on one of the thick glass tubes. No reaction from the being inside that is intubated and hooked up to sensors, both like on a sleeve cuff and also attached, probably through some sort of adhesive, to parts of its, chest. And then you're back. You're sitting in Mary Lynn's used books and Emporium. Boy, that was a good question.
Hmm. Does Shep look kind of out of it?
Just for a moment, he sort of phases in, sort of like he was lost in a daydream as he sees a Benny float from the heavens down.
And I come back out and I just start resuming my conversation and going, I don't care, Sophia. If he ever does it again,
You said you were going to go double.
But
You were going to go
what?
double fisted.
Oh, that.
Hey,
Shep just doesn't even. He just continues on with the conversation like, no, he doesn't hurt my friends.
That big teddy bear, Mary Lynn says. That big teddy bear? Sophia, is that your beau?
Yes.
He's a nice looking man.
he's our neighbor.
Very serious. I like me a serious man.
Or should I say the boy next door?
He does have those boy next door dimples and wholesome good looks. Is he a church going young man?
I haven't asked.
Oh. Well, you know. She shrugs. Wanders off.
You know? Yeah, we've never actually asked if he's a religious man.
Hell, for the longest time, you thought his name was Larry.
I know.
Yes. I kept forgetting his name. Like, oh, the cute boy next door. Larry?
It's Lenny.
All I know is from now on, Shep's just going to.
Are you going to start calling him Larry?
No, every time I'm just going to go, so, Ava. Every time we walk outside, so, Ava, is Sophia out with Bo tonight? He's just going to be Bo now.
With Bo. Well, with his boy or Bo. Gosh.
Oh.
Gosh darn it.
All right, I'm going to...
yes.
I've shared a map with you. It is a map of the cemetery. You'll recognize this map.
Ooh.
I modded it slightly. I put a mausoleum.
I'm waiting for it to load up.
I looked for the name. I don't know
dark.
what the name. What do you call the name of, like, the area where the ashes are on display. I looked up the word, and it was a word that I was not familiar with, and it really is neither here nor there. But
like,
I do like to add
like a mantle or something.
Oh, it had
like the wall where they
yes
put the crematorium stuff in.
It had a name, and I just I didn't recognize it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, same. I don't remember what it's called either. Oh, people.
Take some of these folks off here.
I don't want to be by people.
There are people. There are people.
Are these people men? Because I don't like them.
Some boys. There are some
There's
boys.
too many boys. I put Sophia in front of me.
You can't see him. Oh, there it is. Oh, that is a very nice map.
You make the what do you call it? The sandwich? When you were in sanctuary?
Yes.
The
Columbariums.
Whoa.
Yes, that sounds right.
Dang.
That sounds right.
That's a big word.
There are more people in this cemetery than I thought there'd be.
Yeah.
Is there a party going on around here? Are these
wait.
Ava,
who parties in the cemetery, Ava?
It's a dead man's
party. During the daytime, I mean, come on,
a dead man's party.
South.
Who could ask for?
You know, people celebrate funerals in many different ways. I don't know.
But it's Sunday morning.
Oh, it is Sunday morning. I'm sorry, I forgot. Last time we were here, it was like the middle of the night.
I don't know. Perhaps it is individuals that arrive early for the service. It starts at like 11, and they just wander the serene grounds of the cemetery and perhaps visit with loved ones that have since passed. It's kind of hard to say.
But before we got here, was Shep able to have the stuff for the tea ritual?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because once we get up in here, I basically wanted to use that ritual.
All right.
What fun stuff are we doing?
Can do.
And can I be moral support?
Always.
Because I would really like to have some protection.
You know, I think we all appreciate a little protection in our lives. Especially with a man with fire magic.
Yeah, I was looking. I thought we had found a ritual for arcane protection, but I didn't see it listed anywhere.
Like, I've bruised my butt. I've cut my butt. I don't want toasty buns this time.
All right, let's see how it is. Yes. Outstanding. It's called like Miss Mildred's tea ritual of protection.
Yes.
This is a ritual that you found in Creighton's compendium.
Mm-hmm.
It took you a while to work your way through his almost unintelligible scrawl. He must be left-handed. Checking OBS. Just making sure OBS is still OBS. It seems to be. The gremlins, etc., are held at bay for some reason. Armor, half effect, +1/+2. Just to speed things along, I'll say you cast it.
Okay.
Make a roll. See if you get a raise. I'd say make a.
It's just the spirit roll, right?
Yeah, make a spirit.
Or is it the occult?
I
can't remember which we did.
Or
make an occult roll. Give yourself a +3 just to represent the various bonuses that your friends would have given you for this final roll. I'm the dean. I can do that.
Moral support.
That's a success.
Just did a plus. Okay, yeah, I have fatigue. I forgot.
Easy.
Everybody can add a +1 to their armor.
Okay.
Is that actual armor?
What is that? That's going to be toughness, I believe. Yeah, toughness. So that little 4, for example, I'm looking at Sophia's character. That little 4 should be
Same. I'm trying to turn it into a 1.
Be turned into a 1.
Yeah, I have turned it to. You said, wait, it's a 1 or a 2?
It's a 1.
1.
Oh, okay.
Having trouble, Sophia? I can certainly do it.
Double click on the little silver thing.
There you
go. Thank
you. Easily
clicking stuff and nothing's happening.
Easily accomplished.
So okay. So just instead of +4, +1.
Right.
Okay.
I see it. That brings your toughness down to a more reasonable level. And Abe, I see that you've already affected that. Your pace is 7. I'm going to move your pace back up to its full 8.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be 8.
It's full 8.
I'm a speedy little girl.
These are just sort of artifacts of adventures gone by.
I forgot what you have fatigued, Ship.
He
You
didn't
thought
get
you
a good
didn't
night's
sleep?
sleep. He woke up feeling
Oh, okay.
drained.
That's right. You had the weird, sexy demon in your bed.
Until it went over to your bed.
Now, it didn't come to my bed. Although it did come into my my doorway. And I was like, what the heck are you doing? Like, go to sleep.
Shep's still trying to figure out how the two nerds ended up attracting the beautiful person that's only attracted to beautiful people.
I don't know.
That's funny.
If
I
that's
love that.
if that's what it was, that is hard to say.
I don't know, man. Getting all these sexy demons in the house.
But then again, for some
Play America.
inexplicable reason,
What was the
Bo is like intimidated by Shep for some reason.
What was the
That
name
is
of
weird.
what was the name of this structure, this edifice, this
The
presentation?
Columbarium
Columbarium. That's a good word.
or something like that. Yeah, Calabrium.
Okay. Unfortunately, it reminds me of a nearby area called Columbine, which has
Oh, I know.
unfortunate significance. However, you are
Mhm.
there. You are in the cemetery. You are on the walkway.
So we're here, and there's a lot of people here. Guys, what's the mausoleum we're supposed to go to?
She gave us the address for it, right? Or the number?
Yes.
She did.
And
Yes.
we'll just call it number 50, just to give you a
Okay.
number to think of. And I'm going to look at a way to turn lighting into like daylight. I know there's a way to do this. I don't do it often enough. Light range, FX? No. I'm sure it'll be obvious to me. Oh wait.
Oh, it's under
Ambient,
the lighting
ambient
effects.
lighting.
Yeah, for
Type
ambient lighting.
sunlight. Didn't make that much of a difference. Turn it into sunlight. Okay. Yeah, it's good enough for government work.
Brighter now.
Good enough for government work. Sophia, you really want to go all the way there?
Well, I'm looking for the mausoleum.
You're in the middle of
Wait.
it. The column.
Oh.
The
Wait,
column.
wait.
The columbarium. You enter an area. There's not a ceiling over these archways, these
Mhm.
curved walls. There is sort of like if you've ever been under a patio that has just pieces of wood like joists, but you can still look up through it and see the sky. It's a curved stone and metal roof that is more like decorative than to provide. It might provide some shade, but it certainly wouldn't protect you from rain, say. And you don't have to be there if you don't want. Can you move your own tokens? I guess not, because I had to
Let's
okay
see.
that move. So I'm going
We
to.
have we're locked tokens.
Grant me freedom, please, maybe?
How about that? How about that? Can you move now?
Yay!
Thank you, Dean.
Look, y'all dancing now, spinning around, break dancing. There are people.
I'm just gonna run
walking.
around Ship because I can.
And again, a shout out to Phil Cho for his artwork.
These shadows are amazing.
These are just representative folk that that may be wandering.
The shadow effects are cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I want to run a Fantasy Grounds game again so that I can utilize all the fun stuff they have.
Resurrection of Aben.
For a short adventure, maybe.
So, Sophia, what you see is 3 curved walls, each of them consisting of probably 6 cubby holes high. Some cubby holes are empty. Some have like a clay tablet over them, sealing them. Looks kind of like clay. Some have little tiny nameplates associated with them.
We're looking for number 50.
Yeah, there's
I think.
a lot of them, huh? I'm gonna stay out of everybody's way.
Number 50's kind of right there, and there's
Uh-huh.
one or two individuals there. Neither of them looks very much like the description that was given to you of Charles Brown or
Oh.
Finley Harris.
Wait, they're not here, not yet.
No, and what looks to be like a clay tile is covering number 50. There is a small nameplate, a brass plate affixed to it, but there is no inscription on it. And of course, the number is above each one, so you know that you're looking at number 50, and you know you're looking at you're not looking at the wrong one, either the one above it or the one below it. You know exactly which one number 50 is. There's like a little frame around each of these enclosures, and that's what the number is affixed to.
So, Sophia, you found it?
I think so.
Did you find
But,
your Meemaw spot?
You mean my spot?
What? My mother isn't dead?
Who said anything about your mother?
He said
My grandmother? She's not dead either yet.
Then why are we here?
Wait, were you paying attention? Or wait, are we just? Oh, yes, we buried our dear friend. That's true. Yes, of course, my grandmother. I forgot she died, and they flew her all the way to Texas to bury her.
Pobrecita abuelita.
My mother on my dad's side. My mom's mom is like
I
so
swear,
old.
you Yankees are weird. Don't
What?
Y'all just don't get the concept of calling people, being respectful to your elders, like the lady down the street. She wanted to be called Meemaw. Jeez.
Oh,
I want to learn sometime during these 4 years.
Wait, so we're not just having a pretend conversation about my fake dead grandmother because there are other people walking past and we don't want to be obvious about what we're doing?
You see, a man is kneeling directly south of you with his back to you, and
I whispered that last bit.
Looks like he's kneeling and swaying back and forth as if in prayer, perhaps. He's holding what appears to be a weathered and worn Bible in his hand.
I think maybe we shouldn't discuss such things out in the middle of a place of rest where there are many other people here.
I mean, we got a good early head start on this, but maybe it was too early.
Maybe. I think you're right, but at least now we know where it is.
Yeah.
And you said it was covered in clay?
It's like a if you can imagine, the urns are made of a sort of a clay / ceramic. It looks like the cover of it is made of a similar material. You would estimate that it's no more than an inch thick, and it's about what? About 14 inches wide by about 14 inches tall. There are some of these where the clay urns are sitting and you can see the clay urns. There is no clay square cover on it. And as you look, it appears that they're hinged. There's two hinges, like it would open up like a very small door.
Okay.
And it appears that there's a small keyhole as well in the few that you can see. I'd like each of you to make a notice roll.
Here we go.
A Shep is a 6, and Ava is a 5.
Well, dang.
Secret dice.
I saw those shadow dice.
Okay. Yeah, they look like little doors.
So, but there's keyholes. Okay. I want. Yeah, let me look real quick.
Now, is this like a wall by itself, or is it like encased into a building?
It is not a part of any building. It is
Okay.
three unconnected arcs of a wall. However, there is structurally a decorative, I'm not going to call it a ceiling, but there are arches that connect them. So you can imagine there's sort of a triangular configuration that connects the three center points,
hmm
and then little lines across it.
I guess what I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to look behind where we're at now, like
Sure,
on the other side?
you can walk right behind them.
Because I'm still trying to figure out if I'm in the right spot,
I see where you are. Yeah,
and it's like that. Okay.
yeah, and
I
then
just
you're
wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if
So,
I want to
this
stop
first.
on this side and look approximately where
Oh,
the box that we're looking for, the slot, and just, is this on this side? Is it more
no,
spaces, or is
no,
it okay?
solid stone work.
mm.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, Lester
uh,
Fagan is the name of the guy when you were last here that you met.
mm-hmm. I want to go up to Sophia. I'm gonna poke my friend, and I want to
Yes.
before then I want to take a Benny, I guess, so that I can have a notebook with me with like pencils or pens. Uh, I will give a Benny to have that because I didn't have that in my bag before. And I want to go up to Sophia and be like, that guy over there, he looks like a religious guy. Maybe he works here. Um, maybe we can ask him some questions about these things and say it's for a school project. We could learn more about what these things are completely made of.
Um,
Get a better idea of like how to get into it without actually, giving away that
we
we have
can't
a
just
secret.
like slide it into your bag, or I
I'm not.
could probably open it if I try hard enough.
I mean, I'm not going to charge you a penny for having pencils and pen with you and notebook.
Oh, okay.
If I
I was like,
understood
I
the
don't
question.
have any, so I'll give one up. But
No, that makes absolutely. And in fact, I think I did sort of make a sidebar comment that it would make sense for you to have that because you have that list of names with you
yeah,
of the 7 other cultists, and so you had like
okay,
little notepads and whatnot.
okay. Then well, because the way that this thing is described, it seems solid, but with keyholes in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
So it's not like we can see right in and grab what we want and then go.
right. But the
But
ones that don't have the door, you can directly see uh, little clay urns, and I guess they're generally they're urns, but I guess every every fifth or sixth one, maybe like a little box, like a little chest almost. Um,
mm,
One may be like a small statuette that is big enough to be hollow and to hold someone's ashes.
okay,
And then they're not all made of clay. I'd imagine, one might be a shiny ceramic bowl with a cap on it that is nevertheless appearing to be sealed.
Mm. 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 I wonder then if they actually do. I don't know, because if they seem kind of religious, they're not wearing like anything that kind of signifies that they particularly work here, just that they have a Bible and stuff.
I I don't understand what you're asking.
The guy below us,
Oh, okay, yeah.
the guy, the
Looks
orange
like he's
that
looks
you
like
had
he's early
mentioned.
for church. He's wearing khakis and a blue blazer
Ah, okay.
and comfortable walking shoes, sort of.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that guy was a worker here or not.
He does not appear to be a worker. He
Do I
appears to
spot
be he
anybody?
appears to be someone who is I guess praying for the redemption of someone that's passed away. And it's
Mm,
some prayer, and you do hear him murmuring a bit, you know. There's so many things.
okay.
There were so many things I was hoping to tell you, my old friend. I can feel your presence at times. I know you're looking down and smiling upon me as I seek to finish our work. It's been an arduous journey, but it nears completion, and I just wish you were here. I wish you were here to share me. The studies are hard, um, that sort of thing. He's saying.
Mm. Okay. I think then it was look around, I guess, for somebody who maybe works here. See if I can get a little more information on these little things. uh cuz like what if you can't actually open it? Oh.
I'm going to say that you have puzzled expressions on your faces. You're looking around, and a woman wearing a sort of a half trench coat looks like she's dolled up for church. She is dressed a little provocatively for a conservative church service, with a kind of a low neckline and perhaps a little too much leg showing. Um, Probably 31, 32, 33 years old, comes up and says, um, are you looking for someone in particular?
Oh,
You
hi.
you look you look puzzled.
Um, well, looking around uh for one of these ones here. It just taking a little bit of information for school.
School. That's morbid.
Uh-huh.
Are you in the mortuary sciences?
Not necessarily. It's more like a extra credit kind of class. We're just trying to get a little bit, you know,
Ah, you're from the
push ahead.
university.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
ETU.
yeah. My ex-husband, and she points like one or two columns over to her left. Yeah, my ex-husband's there.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Oh, never mind then.
I find a lot of great comfort in coming here and just knowing that it's him in there and me still out here.
Then good on you then. Yeah.
He was an abusive bastard, she says. Used
Oh,
to
yeah. Wait, well, what are they doing in here then? Isn't this supposed to be a place for people that are that are decent?
Nah, that's what heaven's for, I guess.
Oh,
His family, wanted to stick him in this hole here. I don't
wait.
know. I don't know.
Oh,
I'll
that's
bury anyone these days.
You know, the bastard buried a lot of money somewhere, and every time I come here and stare at his urn, I'm just hoping it'll occur to me where the bastard might have stowed it. I know it's out there. There aren't that many places left I ain't looked.
what if it's in his urn?
Ah, she thinks about it. Yeah, unless it's a personal check. I don't know how much. Well, maybe I don't know. If the bastard converted it to diamonds or something, I guess it's probably, it would just, that'd be something that his family would do just to spite me. He died without a will, so of course I got everything, which amounted to a trailer that's drafty and leaks, a car doesn't run,
Oh no. Well, that's no good.
his collection of pornography.
Oh, wow, dear.
You could say I sort of got shafted in the deal. Bastard's heart
Oh
gave out
gosh.
before I could find out where he put the money.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Tell
For
me.
different reasons this time.
Tell me, sister. What are you thinking of buying one of these cubby holes?
Uh, no, they sell these things.
Yeah. It's only like $300.
Yeah.
Only like $300. I think the cremation's like another $150. The urn's
Oh.
cheap, $25.
Do they generally? This seems like limited space. Do they like evict those who have been there for a long time for you to put more in?
No. Once you buy it, it's yours forever.
Oh, okay.
And you can see some of them. I'd say each one of these little cubby holes probably has a little extrusion, like a little plate where you could set a vase of flowers or affix some flowers. Some of these little extrusions have coins sitting on them, quarters and dimes and nickels and pennies, and the occasional $50 sits there unmolested.
People leave their offerings, huh?
She shrugs.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's like that old legend where you're going across the Styx and they put pennies over your eyes so you can pay the riverman. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is a mythology thing.
Another guy's walking by and he overhears that and he says, "Oh no." He says, "I know what that's for."
Oh, what? What?
He says, "Yeah."
Man.
He says, "Yeah, I know what that's for."
Sophia?
No, he doesn't close in on that. No.
I know what that's for.
He says, yeah, my brother told me. What was it? It's for military. It's like a penny if you
Oh.
knew him in the service, a nickel if you're in the same branch, a dime if you're in the same, like, not platoon, but whatever that name is, and a quarter if you served with him directly, and I don't, maybe a half dollar if you were with them, he or she, when they died, something like that. He shrugs,
Oh.
and he just continues ambling by.
Oh, I never knew that before.
He turns
Gosh.
around and says, "Don't quote me on that, but it's sort of like it's something like that."
Hmm. Well, it's interesting. Does the one that we're looking at have anything like that?
It
Any
has
coinage?
the protuberance, but it has no coin resting upon it.
This one doesn't have any name on it, does it?
It does not. It has a nameplate affixed to it, but there's no inscription or etching in it.
Gosh. To be buried without a name, that seems awful. Let's see. Well, I don't know. What else over here? Also, where did Shep go? I seem to have lost my boyfriend.
The woman says, "If you wanted to hide cash from a spouse and you knew you were going to die, where would you put it?"
I mean, one of these seems like it would be a good spot, considering it's locked up and people will look at you funny if you desecrate it. So,
His family's got the key. Bastard.
Did he have any hobbies? I'd probably hide it in my art supplies.
Yeah, drinking, shooting up,
Drinking and more
and
drinking.
beating me.
No.
Damn.
Well, I mean, he doesn't sound great. So I say you desecrate his box.
Yeah, if I could get into it. I wish he was buried because then I could piss on his grave. And she wanders away, shaking her head. She says, "I'm sorry to lay my problems at your feet. That wasn't what I meant."
Mhm.
No. I mean, it's okay. At least, venting is healthy.
She's like, "I'm going to take the seats out of that old car that don't run. Cut them open. I wonder if he stashed anything in there." She starts.
Good luck.
Starts to
Good luck.
She waves and apologizes again for laying her problems at your feet.
Oh shit! There you are. I was wondering where you went.
Yeah, it's just
We
wandering around,
found the box.
going behind.
There was a woman that just, told us about her ex-husband. Very bad man, that one.
Yeah, I came up right when you were talking about desecration, and she was talking about peeing.
Yeah.
Great timing. Always
little,
great timing. Yeah.
Extreme.
I figured y'all were just having girl talk.
I was just waiting for her to walk away. It was awkward.
Yeah. Just, looking at these boxes, and the one that we found and learned about some coin stuff, and it's at least now I want to
Guys, can you cover me?
One of us is short and one of us is very skinny.
And with your powers combined, you make a wall.
Maybe piggyback ride is the best combined powers
Now,
you can
if
do.
only you had brought a wheeled office chair.